Hey Canucks fans, it is my last vlog from here in Sweden before I hop on a flight or a couple flights home. So let's get to my belated Ask Me Anything. I am Canuck Clay and this is my Canucks take on One Take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Wednesday, June the 29th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. It looks really early or really late here. It's actually right in the middle of the day. It's about 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 8 o'clock for you at home in Vancouver, 8 o'clock in the morning. And we're gonna be heading to the airport around 2 a.m. later today or first thing tomorrow morning. So I will likely not vlog for Thursday the 30th and come back to you strong on Friday, July the 1st, on the day that my new membership tiers start going as well. They activate as well. So let's get to the Ask Me Anything that I usually do on Sunday, then I bumped it to Tuesday, and finally now I'm getting it to Wednesday. So thank you for your questions as always. ILI says this: which of the newly inducted Hockey Hall of Famers, Daniel Sedin, Henrik Sedin, Daniel Alfredsson, and Roberto Luongo, which career do you think makes the most worthy of the bunch to make it in the Hall, and why? Great question, ILI. I think Alfredsson's at the bottom for me, only not disrespecting him at all. Still a Hockey Hall of Fame worthy, but I know the least about him, and he still didn't win a Stanley Cup, similar to his countrymen Daniel and Henrik. Luongo's stats are very impressive, near the top of his class of all goaltenders in history when it comes to wins, games played, number of saves. He also has a gold medal there, but I still think he slots in behind the Sedin twins. So now it's a matter of the Sedin twins. And if I had to pick one, I'd pick Henrik simply because he won two King Clancy trophies as opposed to Daniel's one. They both won 2 major awards, but Henrik was the captain and he played a few more games, although it wasn't his fault that it wasn't Daniel's fault they got elbowed in the face by Duncan Keith. So I will pick Henrik over Daniel only because I had to pick one. And I think his career, international success, ingenuity when it comes to playing hockey, his leadership, his work in the community, respect throughout the league, I would rank Henrik slightly ahead of Daniel, slightly ahead of Luongo, who's slightly ahead of Alfredsson. Trevor Pruner says, with Bob McKenzie opening the door for Shane Wright, possibly going number 2 in the draft, if Juraj Slafkovsky goes number 1, do the Canucks still consider trading for number 2 and drafting Shane Wright? As well, what do you think of the Canucks taking Frank Nazar at 15? Okay, regardless of whether it's Wright or Slafkovsky at 1 or at 2, I don't think that the Canucks make that trade. I just have a feeling that you're going to be giving up too much to get an unknown. Yes, both guys could turn out to be really good, serviceable NHL players, but they don't scream superstar to me, and maybe that's because I don't know enough about them, or maybe simply because they're not going to be superstars. So, and anytime you try and move up to number 1 or number 2, you're often having to give up a lot. So I don't think the Canucks are going to make that move. I think when we heard about them talking to New Jersey about their number 2 pick, I think they're simply doing their research, covering all their bases, doing their due diligence. Now, Frank Nazar at 15. Undersized center, a lot of skill, a lot of speed, U.S. National Development Team. I've seen some mock drafts have him go as high as 9 or 10, some go as low as 19 or 20. I'm not sure if center's the biggest Canucks need right now. Maybe it is down the road. Right now they seem set with PD, Miller, and Horvat, although Miller could go. But I don't know. I still think defense is more of a priority for them. So I wouldn't be disappointed if they take him. If he's still on the board, it would be very interesting to see if they do at 15. But I'm not convinced that's the best pick right now. Jacob Jordan Knox says, if you could choose one player on the Canucks that you look forward to seeing grow and get better, who would it be and why? Well, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to take 2. One of them is Jack Rathbone. I've really liked him ever since the Canucks brought him in the organization, and I think he has a chance to have a major impact either this season or next season. The other one is Vasily Podkolzin. Nothing to do with Kuzmenko coming over or anything like that. I just think that Podkolzin showed a lot of growth in his first season already, and I think he's going to continue to grow and continue to be an impact player for the Vancouver Canucks. Dylan Brooks says, what was your favorite rivalry in Canucks history? Well, there's a couple that ring a bell. I don't think getting smoked by the Islanders or getting smoked by Edmonton all the time is considered rivalry. So I think of 3. I think of Chicago, I think of Boston, I think of Calgary. Boston mostly limited to that Stanley Cup Finals. I think of Calgary. There's some history, some playoff history, as well as the Torts blow up in the dressing room because of that that line brawl at the start of the game. But to me, it's still the Canucks and Blackhawks. It's because it was 3 straight years of playoff battles, and it was memorable moments of Luongo stoning Sharp, of Alex Burrows slaying the Dragon in that memorable cup run for the Canucks, at least the run to the final. So I'm going to say it's the Canucks and the Blackhawks. Major Moose says, if you could make a Moneyball style movie based off any NHL event, which event would you choose and why? Wow, I think that's really good. If you're talking about Moneyball style documentary behind the scenes, that kind of feel, or if you're talking about following a team specifically and how they are built, just like how Moneyball followed the Oakland A's, I would say I would love to see a Moneyball type style movie on the way that Mike Gillis built the Stanley Cup. The way that Mike Gillis built the Vancouver Canucks and built them to make that run in 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 12, 13, and then firing Vigneault right after that. So that 5-year run was a very impressive run for the Canucks, and I would love to learn more behind the scenes stories about that run. If you take it away from the Canucks, I think I would love to see, I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I would love to see the way that a movie based on how they built the bubble and how they built the bubbles in Edmonton and Toronto and got that ready for that weird season. I think the other thing is, the other one I would love to see is the way the Tampa Bay Lightning built their team most recently to get to 3 Stanley Cup finals. So any of those 3 storylines would be good for me. A couple more. Tyler says, how long until the Canucks make a strong playoff push? If the cards go right and things fall into place, I think they could make a playoff push next year already. How strong though? But maybe in 2 years they are able to do it. Amit says, in your humble opinion, which league has the harder tackles or body checks, NFL or NHL? It's got to be the NFL, because I think there are more concussions, more injuries come out of the NFL than the NHL. And in one game, the NFL hits, I'm not saying they're going to say they're celebrated, but they definitely, there's more of them. Every play, there's contact. There's offensive linemen, defensive linemen smoking each other. There's defensive backs and linebackers flying across the middle. So I definitely think that they're harder. The tackles in the NFL are harder than the body checks in the NHL. Often the NHL players, not always, but are bracing for contact, where in the NFL, they're often getting smoked, blindsided. And then finally, Crispy Assassin says, what right-handed D do you think the Canucks should target? I've always said that I would love them to go after John Marino of the Pittsburgh Penguins. He's cost-controlled, he's young, right-shot D, and Jim Rutherford obviously knows a lot about him, having worked in Pittsburgh for the last few years. All right, Canucks fans, thank you for your questions. I appreciate all of them. Leave a comment below if you want to react to any of my answers. Give a shout out to my sponsors, Perform and Transform, Personal Training and Weight Loss, and to Van City Experts Real Estate Group, Jason Lim and his team. Also thanks to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Just Incredible, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame members Jens95, Simalexander, Chris Seifert, Adam Broomfield, Shannon Hollingworth, HSN Fangirl Gaming, Smooth Groove, and Carol Bovenlander. Thank you for your support as always, and thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You're listed in my video descriptions. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or my videos, or in the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. As always, subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you'd like to, become a member or upgrade if you'd like to, leave a tip or super thanks if you'd like to, and definitely leave a comment down below if you'd like to, just with your reaction to any of my answers. And if you made it this far in the video, almost 9 minutes in, just wish me a safe trip home, whether it's bon voyage, safe travels, or whatever language you want to use. If you put it in the chat, in the comments, then I know that you made it all the way to the end of this video. And I lied. I think I'm going to actually record another video later today and have it posted tomorrow, and that will be about the new membership tiers. But no, I got to think about that. Maybe I'll save that until I can do it properly on Friday, July the 1st. Scratch what I just said. I'm going to wait till I get home, and we will go from there. All right, Canucks fans, as always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. I will see you in a couple of days. Going home to Vancouver tonight. God bless, and go Canucks go.